Hey guys, Shinobi here, and doing something a little bit different. I'm playing my Barbarian. I know I haven't really shown my Barbarian that much on this channel. This character right here, I mean, it has about 30 hours playtime, something like that, and I haven't actually purchased a single piece of gear on this guy. Everything that he has, I found. Just kind of progressing him in this video. Something for you guys to watch in the background. If you want to, you don't have to. It's going to be kind of a longer video, so I'm warning you now. I want to talk about the past, the present, and the future of Diablo 3. A lot of my thoughts of things that are coming up, and a lot of things that maybe help you guys out with preparing for stuff, and just kind of give you my insight on everything. People have been talking a lot about Diablo 3. And so I hope you do enjoy this video. Remember to hit a thumbs up and me subscribe, because I do a lot of Diablo 3. And I thought I would give my Demon Hunter a rest. I mean, I got it to max magic fine. I also have really good damage on it. I can do pretty much anything in the game. I can farm like crazy on that character. And I thought, I played about 500 hours on that Demon Hunter by itself. Time to give it a little bit of a rest. I'm definitely going to still play it, but just not as much until we see some things coming up. Let's talk first about the past, the present, and the future of Diablo 3. If you want to maybe minimize the video and just kind of listen to my voice, it's going to be kind of just a talking about kind of video. So you don't really have to watch the screen if you don't want to. You can play some games or something and just kind of listen to some stuff that I have to tell you. So Diablo 3. Everyone was thinking, this is going to be an amazing game. We've been waiting for it forever. One of the biggest hype games of all time. They kept pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing it back till finally they released it. And I think they did release it a little bit too quickly. The reason you know that is because there was no PvP when the game came out. The real money auction house didn't exist yet. The gold auction house was not working very well in the first month or so, and still needs to be helped out in some areas, definitely for sure. And so, but when the game came out though, it was tons of fun. I had lots of fun playing. I couldn't even walk away from the computer for an hour without wanting to go back and play some more, and I know you guys felt the same way. It was definitely a great experience at first when playing Diablo 3. Definitely one of my favorite games that I've ever played, to be honest. I mean, really challenging, especially in the beginning. It was really challenging because you didn't really have any gear. You're trying to progress through the Inferno and everything like that. The drop rates were way lower back in the beginning. I tried to produce as many videos as possible to show you guys some stuff, and those videos really took off a lot. I've definitely got some really popular and really positive feedback on a lot of those videos. And I've been hearing some people complaining. And let's talk about a little bit of the present now, where we're at right now in Diablo 3. Some people have been complaining and going, oh my god, there's no end game, and there's no playability on it and everything like that. And that's what I look for in a game. I look for a game that I can play over and over and over again, or I can, most of the time those type of games are online. I used to work for a company reviewing video games actually, and one of the things that we did on that website, I'm not going to name the website name or anything like that, because there's no reason for me to, but it's a very popular website right now. I left on good terms. Everything was great. It just wasn't for me anymore. Just kind of grew past the video game reviewing. However, it did help me gain a little bit of knowledge on video games and also making videos for you guys. So, with that said, when I used to review games, one of the criteria for reviewing a game to determine if it was a good game was the playability. And not just the playability one time, but playability over and over and over and over again. Now, Diablo 3, I've logged about 600 hours total through all my characters and everything like that. And you gotta think, you paid $60 for the game. Even if the game ended today, even if it was over today, 600 hours for $60, that's some good entertainment right there. Think about it, guys. You pay $15 per month to play World of Warcraft, and the way that it's been the past 8 months, how often do you play World of Warcraft now? 1 or 2 hours per day? I was logging 12 to 18 hours per day playing Diablo 3. With that said, it's not over. This is just the beginning of Diablo 3, and you're thinking, hey, Shinobi, there's no endgame. Well, First of all, this is not a game that's supposed to have an end game. This is Diablo. If you played Diablo 2, the reason why people thought Diablo 2 had an end game, in quotes, is because it took forever to get to level 100, and most players never even reached to that. And so people always thought that they had this greater goal to reach to. There was always something more to get to. And I did a lot of research on Diablo 3 before it came out, and the game creators of the game didn't want you to feel like you had this never-ending quest to get to level 100 so you could finally, you know, get to the very end. So they thought they'd start you out at 60 and kind of have some growth there so they can grow their game. You have to remember, guys, World of Warcraft is a game that's going through some hard times, and they want a backup plan. They want Diablo 3 to be their backup plan. If something doesn't go, if Mists of Pandaria kind of drops and nobody likes it and everybody unsubscribes and doesn't want to do World of Warcraft anymore, they want people to go to Diablo 3 because that's also going to be a backup. You know, if you're gonna lose customers, why don't you lose them and then bring them back in a different way, which is something that they definitely have been looking into. And you're saying to yourself right now, well, they're not doing a good job because there's no end game. I mean, Inferno is pretty much over with. I mean, everybody can do Inferno pretty much. Everybody's killed Diablo. There's nothing really to do right now in the game except for make money. You can go ahead and make money, but no one's really buying very much stuff off the Real Money Auction House right now, unless you find like the best items in the game. Then you can sell those probably on the Real Money Auction House, or you sell items that are really good but for really cheap. You could probably sell them on the Real Money Auction House. But right now, nobody's really spending real money on the game. And I want to tell you a couple things in preparation for the future. Now, what does the future bring for Diablo 3? Diablo 3, I've been looking it up. PvP is going to be something. Everybody's waiting for PvP. It's going to be great. Nobody knows exactly how it's going to go. I happen to know that there's going to be like a team deathmatch as well as an arena. Everybody knows the arena thing, but the team deathmatch I think is going to be a great concept for the game. You're just going to be collecting points and killing each other over and over and over again. I mean, definitely a great concept. But how's it going to work? I mean, right now I can one-shot any player in the game with the gear that I have and my Demon Hunter. How's it going to work? I mean, is that how the game is going to be? You just get one-shotted? I don't think so. I think what they're going to do is when you join a game, a battleground or something like that, the gear is going to be the same. They're not going to have like PvP type gear. I don't think they're going to do that. That's a WoW thing. What they're going to do is they're probably going to give you a debuff for 80% of your damage so that you do a lot less damage, thus not killing people super quickly. And it's more about strategizing and everything like that. Now you have to think to yourself, okay, so what kind of gear is going to be good for PvP? Well, think about this. When World of Warcraft first came out, I don't like to compare the two games because they are completely different games. However, World of Warcraft does have PvP in it, and there is gear with stats on it. So, in this situation, I'm going to compare it. When World of Warcraft first came out, back in vanilla days, and PvP first came out, what did PvP gear have that other gear didn't have? What separated you? Stamina. You had more health. If you had high warlord gear, then you would have more health typically. You'd have about 6k health around. If you're a warrior, you'd have about 6k health, and someone in PvE gear would have about 3.5 to 4.5k health. So you did have that advantage, that survivability, and that's the key that I want you guys to know. If you take anything out of this video, survivability is the word of the day, because what is that going to tell you guys? What's going to help you out in PvP in the patch that's coming up? Survivability. Doesn't matter what they do to the gear. It doesn't matter at all. Because if they normalize your damage and they take it down 80% or something like that when you join the game, give you a debuff, which is a quick fix, which is something I could see Blizzard doing because they like to do that kind of stuff, then definitely something to think about. However, what's something that you can do right now? What kind of gear can you farm right now that's going to give you an upper hand? Life on hit, life leech, things like that. Survivability. There's no healers in the game. There's no healers. So if you have the ability to self-heal yourself back up to full and do it efficiently and do it correctly, then you're going to out-survive your opponent. You're both going to be chomping away at each other, but your health's going to be going up and his health's going to be going down. Now some classes are already kind of good at doing that. Barbarian I feel is going to be a really nice class for PvP. Witch Doctor I feel is going to be good because it's the only character in the game that has a legitimate fear, which CC is always important in PvP type situations. Maybe not going to be as important in Diablo 3, but Witch Doctor I can see being good. Demon Hunter just because the burst damage is great. They have so many ways of getting out of combat, and I mean, definitely something that's going to be cool. Every class has their cool thing that they bring to the table, and I really hope that they balance this PvP thing out really nicely. So definitely something to look forward to in the future. So right now, if you said, what should I do right now to prepare? I want to keep playing Diablo 3, but I also am a little bit bored. What should I do? There's a couple of things you can do right now. You can build Magic Find gear, like I did for my Demon Hunter. My Demon Hunter is like the ultimate farming character. So, what does that mean? Well, if there's something I need to do, something I need to get, if I need to make gold, if I need to get gear, I can just go to my Demon Hunter and farm like crazy and get tons of gear and tons of gold. So Magic Find gear is also nice. Coming up in a patch, they're actually making it so you can't item swap. So what I've heard, I haven't really looked over it too much. Let me know down below if you've heard anything different. But I think that Blizzard doesn't want you to be item swapping. They want you to just have one set of gear. That's your Magic Find gear, that's your farming gear. Why not have farming gear? I mean, if you're going to kill mobs anyways, you might as well have Magic Find. Having Magic Find and farming versus not having Magic Find and farming, it's just better to have Magic Find. Even if it's not that significant of an increase, it definitely, I mean, you've seen in my videos that I put in the past, you do find a lot of rares, and I have made a lot of gold off of my Magic Find gear for sure. So, Magic Find gear could be something you could definitely look into. The Life on Hit stuff, buying that stuff is going to be important. Right now, buying gear would be a good idea. Selling gear, not so much. Buy some gear and hold on to it. Some gear that you feel is going to give you some good survivability in the upcoming patch. Something maybe you could kind of build a vitality type gear where it's good survivability, maybe a lot of resistance might be a huge factor as well, but they might normalize that, who knows. I just feel like the only stat that they're not going to normalize is going to be life on hit, because it's not one of like those typical stats. It's something like you don't have it on every piece of gear. It's something, you know, has resist all and vitality and damage. That's on every piece of gear. However, life on hit isn't. So that might, I mean, it's just my opinion. What do you guys think below? What do you think is going to be the big gear coming up? What do you think survivability is going to be really key? Do you think that CC is going to play a big factor? What do you guys think down below? Personally, I've been having a lot of fun with Diablo 3. I'm looking forward to the future. I'm slowing down on the game a little bit because there's really not much for me to do. Even all the stuff that I just named to you guys, I've already done all of that. If you've already done it too, that's great. Maybe play a little bit of WoW, maybe play some other games, maybe take a break for a little bit. Because when the patch comes up, you know everybody's going to be coming back to Diablo 3, and it's going to be chaotic, and people are going to be playing like crazy, and it's going to be fun. I mean, it's a game that you don't even pay for monthly. Definitely an awesome game, and guys, make sure you stick around. Make sure you keep, you know, tuning in, because I do post Diablo 3 footage here and then. I plan to hopefully post a Diablo 3 video just about every Tuesday, but you know, with nothing much going on in Diablo right now, it's hard to keep up to date with everything. I mean, I could have maybe split up this video you know, 3 times and then stretched it over the course of 3 weeks, but that's not how I roll, guys. I mean, I want to be honest with you. I want to have just a video where I just kind of speak my mind and tell you my thoughts on Diablo and everything like that, and that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, looking forward to PvP. Farm some of that Magic Find gear. Take a break if you need to. Maybe try and get some life on hit stuff. Build up some gear. Don't be selling gear right now. Hold on to it, because when the PvP patch comes out, that stuff's going to increase in value by a lot. And if I'm right about the life on hit stuff and they don't normalize that, or they don't normalize the resist all, which I'm pretty sure they will, the resist all, I mean, that's just kind of a no-brainer. if they don't normalize the life on hit, then I feel it's going to be really strong. Probably not the key factor in PvP, but it's something to look into. If you already have a bunch of it already, on you can get it on an amulet, you can get it on weapons. Let me know what kind of stuff you guys want to see. Thanks for listening to about 15 to 16 minutes worth of me rambling about Diablo 3. Hope you learned something from this. I'm gonna leave now. Have a good day, guys.